Cheers.
Boy. Cheers, buddy.
Hey,
Happy belated
Pod Day.
Happy belated Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving.
That was a good one. It was a good one.
Well, your Thanksgiving was a good one?
Sure was.
Nice.
Believe that. Believe that.
You believe that. Okay.
All right.
Isn't Thanksgiving great though? It's such a fantastic holiday. And I love it because the American Thanksgiving's just around the corner.
Dude, the Americans do the Thanksgiving the best. The best. I mean, look, they match it with their football. We tried.
Right.
We came in late to the party. Now it looks like we're trying too hard. We're trying to be like them. It just doesn't go. You know what I mean? But respect, we're trying. It's happening. You know what would have been great? Canadian Thanksgiving, start of the NHL season.
Yeah, fair enough.
Started that same day.
Yeah, that's what. Now you see. Do we got to think of everything?
Do I have to?
Do we got to think of everything?
Just one game. That's a big deal.
The Americans, when it comes to festivities, actually just do it.
Yeah.
I know it's blasphemous, but for the Canadians, it's blasphemous. But hey, we got American fans. We're half American ourselves.
Yeah,
You know, by sports, right?
that's right. Quick question.
Yeah.
Is
They do it better. There's what I'm saying. They do the holidays
I
better.
have a legit question, and I think I speak for everyone, the
Sure.
roster and everyone. Sports show, episode 1 or episode 180?
I don't know. You know, this wasn't very well thought out. Now,
No,
was
we
it?
messed this up.
You know what? I'll tell you what's staying the same. Roster.
Roster's the same.
The roster's the same. You're still the roster. You're not
Checking that out.
You're not the students
No.
or do we change that now?
No,
I don't
students
know.
are the students. The roster is the roster.
Look, roster. Thank you for bearing with us.
Hey,
We
guys.
told you last week, we teased it, that we had a surprise. This is the surprise. If you're already following us on social media and everywhere, you've already seen it. Look.
Click
The
below.
Sports show.
Yeah.
The sports show. And little microphone in the O. It's
Yeah.
brilliant. It's
That's-
what they do. You
Marketing.
know what? I designed that.
You did.
I designed it. That's my work.
You're the head of IT and marketing. That's right.
Look, thank you for bearing with us. Look, the channel's right now. So if you're already following the social media, you're juiced in. We were able to convert everything over, which is fantastic. But for those listening that aren't following us across all the channels right now, the new handle is at Sports Show YYC. You're going to say, what's the YYC for? Those in Calgary get it. It's the Calgary code.
That's
it's
it.
our international airport code. So Sports Show YYC across all channels, but of course Spotify, Podbean, iTunes. We still have the YouTube channel, but we're gaining another 2 followers this week.
Wow.
We're getting traction.
It's
we're at
happening.
37.
Get out of
We're
here.
at 37.
Hey, you know what? Big wins.
There you go.
We didn't have 37 when we first started up. Meaning even listeners when we first started. Yeah.
You're right. You're
So
right.
it's big.
So I don't know. Sports Show episode 180.
I say, yeah, 1-180.
What do you think? What do you do?
I like what you just did. 1-180. I like that. I can't listen. In all honesty, the 180 shows have to count for something. You can't
Right.
just start at 0. People that started from the beginning.
Yeah.
The South Carolina Georges,
Right.
the old cousin Jims, the
Right.
Agent Anges, the super fan Ryans, blah 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 blah. And there's more of you. We know.
Yeah.
You can't just pretend those first 179 didn't mean anything.
Wasn't this always the sports show, though?
It kind of was.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's real locker room talk.
I know.
I said I wouldn't mention it anymore.
Don't.
Look, episode 180.
No,
What?
1-180.
So hold on a sec. What
Yeah.
episode is this?
180. It would be what it would have
So
been.
we
180
did
today.
179 last time.
Yeah, that's
is what
right.
You're saying.
That's correct.
Yeah, okay. So let's start it again. Sports show, episode 180.
Boom. Done. From there, let's get into it. What a crazy, crazy weekend. You know we're going to talk about it. We got to talk about the big fight that happened. But before that, I want to get into it. Yesterday, we told you last week, first day of the NHL season started yesterday. It was the Penguins in Tampa Bay. We'll get to that. It was the Kraken taking on the Vegas. We'll get to that in a second. But I'm a little bit more pumped about a weird scenario that just transpired. TNT said, hey, we're doing so good with the NBA. We're going to do it with the NHL. And they put a list of guys together that I am more interested watching during the intermissions and whatever's going on, pregame, postgame, I don't care. You got yourself on the TNT show. Let me give it to you. You got the host, Liam McHugh. Hey, I saw you, Liam. Blonde hair, good. Hey, he looks good. He looked good. I like
NHL's
it.
Joe Buck.
Yeah. He's NHL's Joe Buck. That's right.
I guess he'd be Joe Puck.
Hey, how about a gold medal winner, Anson Carter? Hi, how you doing? I like what's happening here. How about, I don't know, Rick Tocchet? Yeah, the Tocchet is there.
The Tocchet.
Paul Bissonnette, look.
Mr. NHL podcast.
Easily all day long. And this guy is taking his great stories. And he used to make fun of himself on the fourth liner and made a marketing thing out of it. Now he's sitting next to the great one, Wayne Gretzky, on the TNT show that the NHL has put together along with TNT. I'm pumped about it. I just like the show, man. I'm pumped about it. I think it's great.
You know what? It's actually a good lineup because you got, Bissonnette and what he's done on Spitting Chicklets.
Exactly.
Who's the other guy?
Ryan Whitney.
Ryan Whitney, yeah. I was going to say Ray Whitney, but Ryan Whitney. Those guys have done a phenomenal job. Actually, not only are they the best NHL podcast out there, they're one of the top podcasts just in general.
In the world. Yeah.
In the world. It's crazy what they've done. So you got a guy who is bringing entertainment.
Yeah.
People are going to want to listen to it. You got Wayne Gretzky. I mean, you know what? You watch these shows because you get to see the banter back and forth between the analysts and old players, and then you get to hear a cool story or two. And so on and so forth. So it's actually really nice to see. It's kind of like what NBC has been doing for a number of years, really.
Yeah.
Right? To tell you the truth. So I'm really excited to see this one. I think I'm actually more excited to see Wayne Gretzky because I want to see what he's all about.
I mean, when it's like this, when Shaq says something or Charles says something.
Yeah,
on TNT,
exactly.
The players are listening. When Gretzky's analyzing your game and he says something like, yeah, I really like that Johnny Gaudreau.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, don't you feel like a MAGA?
Hey, get your fantasy hockey teams ready.
Now, here's the one thing. I think I brought it up to you, but tell me if I'm wrong. You got the Rick Tocchet.
Right.
Great guy. I enjoyed him when he was in Philly.
Hey, he's a Pittsburgh guy.
He was a Pittsburgh guy. He ends up being the head coach over in Phoenix when it was the Phoenix Coyotes, kind of earlier years. And who did he coach with? Mr. Gretzky. Then that little gambling scenario happened.
Right.
And he said, hey, come on. Allegedly. Come.
Hey.
See? Karma. Gretzky took care of you, Tocchet. He brought you back. That's all I'm saying. That's pretty awesome.
See, this is, if I could just play the one-up game, this is, you know what, knowing what I know now, after seeing their panel selection, I'll tell you what I would have loved to see on TNT.
I'd love to hear it.
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Rick Tocchet.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Evander Kane.
Yes.
And Pete Rose. Okay. Now these are just people that are aligned.
Right.
That understand.
They understand each other.
This is the dream team.
They finish each other's sentences. I get it.
Guys that believe in themselves.
Yeah. That's right. Very much so. Very much so. I love it.
And you know what? They should call that the money line. Write that down. Eat your heart out, NHL.
Wow.
We still do.
We still got it.
We still. Hey, don't let this fool you.
RLRT, it's all the same. It's all the same. Doesn't matter. From there, let's get into.
I'm going to name this episode The Golden Tocchet.
Write that
I'm
down.
writing that down.
Let's get into what happened Saturday night. So I'll tell you what the States did for us. Again, Big Brother came through for the Canadian Thanksgiving. They said, hey, why don't you have some turkey, have some wine, Saturday night. How about we give you guys a boxing match? The trilogy. It's Fury. It's Wilder. And I won't lie, I got it. I didn't YouTube it. I bought it, $79.99, I might add. Added it to the bill. And I have to say, at first, I was so skeptical going, man, why did I buy it? I could just watch the highlights. Best decision 2021. Best fight I have seen in years. I'm still partial of the Gotti and Ward trilogy that they had and the butchering they laid on each other. But man, what a fight. Dimitri, take us through it.
You know what? You're not kidding. I myself also bought the pay-per-view because Mitch bailed on me, but we'll get to that, as you can understand, which still I think makes the bet we made null and void because the bet was for Mitch to be at the house. Hey,
thanks.
You know what? Contracts are contracts.
That's
Anyhow,
right.
Look, the fight, I also purchased it. Boy, was this money not well wasted. To the point where I paid $79.99, and I would have given another $79.99 as a tip. If you were to tell me that you would pay $100, $120, $130, knowing now what I saw, worth the money. So what happened, Mitch? You know what? in my opinion, the best heavyweight fight I have ever seen.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of boxing, and I go back into the archives, okay? I'm a boxing freak. I like watching those old fights. This is the best one I've ever seen, partly because it was live. I'm going to throw the asterisk, because if I'm alive back in the day to watch Foreman Ali live, you know, you get a different feeling because you're not, you don't know the outcome, but this was unbelievable because here are two guys. One guy's 6'9", 277. Another guy's 6'7", 235, puts on weight to get there. And they, after the third round, threw all caution and just said, you know what? We are here to beat you up. To beat you up. And it was unbelievable. Fury in the third round, he goes ahead and he knocks down Deontay Wilder. Mitch and I are texting back and forth. What happens? Oh, same old. Looks like he's figured it out. Looks like he's timed him. Well, I messaged you. I said, yeah, the fight's going to be over like in 2 seconds. It's over.
Yeah.
What happens in the fourth round? Boom. Wilder, the trump card, the equalizer, gets him with the right, knocks him down twice. Guy has, if he has one more minute in that round, we're looking at Wilder winning because he was too much. He was discombobulated, and then Fury took it over.
Yeah.
But really, Mitch, Fury controlled the entire fight. But it lived up to the expectation. This was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
But then Wilder comes back and makes a little bit of a noise at the end. You're like, is this going to happen again? It was unbelievable.
There was that ninth round
Yeah.
where you looked and you're like, oh my goodness, he's hitting him clean. Because he did. He kind of jolted him a little bit.
Yeah.
But Mitch, these guys are tough. Wilder was out from the fifth on.
Yeah.
That guy was eating punches.
So what I saw in that whole fight was this. You got a guy like Fury. By the way, can we just go right to the beginning? Okay. Wilder, listen. You want to... what did I say a couple of podcasts ago about coming into the ring first? No one wants to be first, right? And he did everything in his power to basically say, okay, if I have to come out first, I'm going to also like screw around with your timing and everything like that. Fine. You come out, you complain the gloves were something wrong. They were fine. Whatever. You come out, you do your thing. I like that you didn't wear a full metal suit to the ring. I thought that was good. You know, don't put a lot of energy into it.
That's right. It's a heavy
Fury,
suit.
I will say you lost on the entrance. I was very confused. I didn't know what you were doing. The bearded guy trying to do a little dance in the front there caught me off guard. I didn't know what you were doing there. Then you were dressed up as a Roman, but you clearly wanted to be a Spartan. Very confusing.
That's right. He was a Roman centurion. To the untrained eye, Mitch.
Yeah.
Everything seemed normal.
Right.
But no.
Even
the announcers were like, is that supposed to be Xerxes'?
Yeah.
They didn't get it.
There was a lot of weirdness going on. And then you came in with AC/DC. Again, hey, I like AC/DC. Maybe just not with that suit. You know what I mean?
You need some war old time. Dun, dun.
Something.
Dun, 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 dun.
Right.
Like, a very majestic war cry music.
You're the Gypsy King. Just throwing it out there. A lot we can do with
See, I think that's what the guy was at the beginning.
I think you're right.
He was like an ancient gypsy.
I think you're absolutely right. I still threw everything
Interpretive dance.
Exactly.
It's art.
So then they start fighting. And Wilder was on him. He had a good game. You could tell Fury was getting a little flustered.
That's right.
Then all of a sudden, knocks him down. Fury comes back, says, okay, let's start boxing. And he does what he does. I loved the fight. It was back and forth. But, man, it was just one of those fights where I got up. I thought it was going to be over. Major props to both guys. Big hearts. They set it all out there. But at the end, here's the thing, and this is the drama part of it. Dimitri's more the technical guy when it comes to boxing. At the end, Wilder, you lost. That's, in my opinion, the third time you lost, but fine. You lost 2 out of the 3. Be a man. Right. Say you lost. And you move on. And there's no harm in it. You're going to get big paydays again, bro. Everyone wants to see you fight still. It's not no harm in the fact that you lost. It was what it was. And you got beat by the better man. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, especially after 3. Mitch, it's funny. When Wilder came out, you could see he was going to the body. He was trying to tire him out, go to the body, get him down low, and then work his way up to help set up that big punch and keep Fury guessing. Now, it was working, but Fury was also letting him a little bit because you could see, Fury's a good boxer. He's trying to time him as well. So at the end of the first round, and if anyone goes back in the fight, you see Fury threw this kind of really weak check left hook to understand, okay, if he's going to keep doing this, I got the timing pattern down. Nonetheless, it was effective. The problem with Fury with Wilder is that Fury is a boxer who has a million things in his toolbox. And when you get hurt, you revert back to safety mode and comfortability. Right. Well, what did we see Wilder do? As soon as he got knocked down in the third round, from the third round up, it was, I'm not going to the body. I ain't touching anything. And I am just going to do a 1-2 and just try to catch you with the right. Well, that's going to be hard. Fury, these elite boxers are they're trained and too highly skilled to just, you have to set it up. And the other thing with Wilder is he's got to look to himself. He had 20 months. Fury got COVID, which actually was in Wilder's advantage, because if you think, Mitch, everyone was worried about his weight gain. You had time to carry that weight even longer.
Yeah.
Right? To get used to it. So when your corner is saying you have to set up your right hand with all the other fundamentals and you don't want to listen, I equate what's happening right now to this. If you're a tennis player and you got to live in the era, with Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer, it sucks to be you. Wilder, it sucks to be you. You're just number 2. End of story.
Agreed.
And dare I say, potentially even number 3, because now we got to see. Yeah, we got to see where Joshua stacks up in the mix, because Joshua has now fought everyone except these guys.
True.
And that's the caveat. But I'll say number 2.
I want to finish with this. And I want Alex Rojas, the champ, to come on the podcast, because I got one question to ask him. And maybe he can hear this pod, because we know he's an avid listener. He's a roster member. And two-time guest. When the corner's yelling at you, do you really listen to these guys? They're like, why don't you throw it? Did you see that one guy, the trainer for Wilder? He was just ripping him apart. Yeah, do they listen, though?
Yes,
do they care?
Yeah, because Fury listened to his guy. So, I like listening to the corners. It's part of the fight. It's part of the thing, right? Yeah. But, which, you know what I never understood that they do? This with boxing. Let me tell you something. Mic up your trainers, have a split screen interactive, and then let someone choose whose corner they want to listen to for the whole time.
I hear you.
Do we got to give them these tips?
Write that down.
Write that down.
I'm just saying, I really
but they did, because Fury listened. And what did Sugar Hill say to Fury at the end there? Hey, start using the jab, set it up, and get this guy out of here. And he did in the last 2 rounds, and he was done.
Boom. Done. And I look forward. And by the way, Rojas has been calling me out. Wait, what's his? He wants the chat. He wants the other champ. He wants the pod champ. And he's the ring champ. Are you sure you want some of that, Rojas? Be careful. Be careful what you wish for.
4 rounds, Mitch. That's all.
Be careful what you wish for, man.
I egged them on a little bit.
I say. Oh, yeah, you did. A little bit. One last thing, real before we get to the NHL. Fury Usyk, is that the next fight? Usyk, sorry.
Well, you know what? We'll see what happens now, because Joshua is going to fight Usyk in the rematch. That's almost a lock. Yeah. Fury might have a mandatory against Dylan White, but we'll see how the timing plays, because if the Joshua Usyk fight takes place first, and Joshua wins, then I think they're going to cut the corner and say, hey, you step aside, Dylan White, for one moment. Yeah. We got to set up the unification heavyweight fight between 2 British boxers at Wembley Stadium. Mark my words, that happens. We got to go, Mitch.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'll be there.
We got to go.
I'll be there. Meet me at the airport for sure.
We got to go to the NHL now.
We got it. We're off to the NHL. Big things. Yesterday, first game of the regular season, and it was the Pittsburgh Penguins, your team, taking on the defending two-time champs, the Tampa Bay Lightning. They raised the banner, and they got whooped. Pittsburgh put a beating on them, 6-2. And then later on that evening, the NHL said, hey, we'll give you another one. It's the new team against the old team, but not old team. They're still new team.
The old new team.
Exactly. It's the Kraken taking on the Knights. Hey, Kraken, I'll give you not bad. You end up losing 4-3. But hey, at the end of the day, the Vegas controlled. By the way, does Vegas put on a show, or do they put on a show?
Tyson Fury, you're in Vegas. The team's right there.
Go by. But they just do such a great event. Like, I don't know if you saw the pregame, what they were doing.
No, I didn't see the pregame.
Oh, dude, it was unreal. It's people should be paying to just watch the pregame. Right. Then you have to pay again to watch the hockey. It's a 2-for-1 show. I'm telling you, it's big. But with that being said, what we usually do is the NHL Power Rankings. But how can we do a Power Ranking when there are only 4 teams that played? We're doing it anyways. Here we go. At number 5, it's the team that everybody wants to be. It's the Edmonton Oilers. I just chose you. I threw you in. I had no choice. I got to do it. You chose them as the guys.
I got a good feeling.
At number 4, it's you, Tampa Bay. What happened? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I thought you guys are 2-time, going on 3-time. You look like 0-time is what you look like. And then at number 3, hey, Kraken, not bad. You guys are ranked 3rd. This is the last time you're ever going to be 3rd in this division. You might be on the impotent list. We'll see. At number 2, it's Vegas. You won. Congratulations. But number 1, that Arctic animal, the Penguins, first team to hit the power rankings. It's
6
the Penguins.
goals.
You got to dethrone the Penguin now.
6 goals without even their 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
They don't even have their Deontay Wilder in the lineup.
6-2.
See what I did?
I
See-
saw you.
see?
did.
What?
Yeah, throwing it in there. From there, I want to talk a little bit more about the NHL. I'm going to go through some predictions. Let's talk about bold predictions. I'm going to
Sure,
throw some things
sure.
at you. You tell me what you like. A lot of people are talking about it. Tampa Bay, I just talked about them. 2-time champs. You got to respect it. You got to say what it is.
Right.
But everybody's talking about Florida. Are the Florida Panthers better than the Tampa Bay Lightning in the state of Florida when it comes to hockey?
The answer is no.
Oh, you are in the minority right now. Let me tell you, everybody and their dog are
What happened in the playoffs
are
last year?
on the Florida Panthers.
Yeah.
They love the Barkov. They're loving the Joe Thornton. By the way, okay, listen, Joe, I like you. I know you like me. You had Toronto's chance. You went down to Florida. I'm not really sure what's going on. Maybe. You think?
He gets to pick
You
and
think it's
choose
time?
right now.
You think it's time, maybe?
Let him try
Throw
one
in
more
the
time.
Bobrovsky and this other guy, Spencer Knight. They're saying that this guy's going to overtake it. Rookie goalie. He's going to overtake it. And this kid apparently is the new McDavid, but between the pipes. I don't know. This is what everyone's talking about. I might be on the hype
Look,
train.
they got a good.
I might be on this hype train. I'm just telling
They got a good situation, but they're almost there. And look, they might do it. I'm not. They got a team to do it. Look, they played the Tampa Bay Lightning. They gave them a pretty decent run for their money in the round of the playoffs in which they played against each other. However, Mitch, Tampa Bay is still Tampa Bay until proven guilty.
Sidebar. If you're a resident of Florida, can you cheer for both teams?
Yes.
Okay, sidebar.
One's municipal, one's state.
Fair enough. Also respectable. But I want to bring this up, and I think we're going to do it on the next time we do the sports show for the University Channel.
Like state rivalries?
Yeah, basically, if you're from one city and they have two teams, like the Chicago Cubs and the White Sox, and or Florida and or Calgary and Edmonton, should you be allowed to be able to cheer for the other team if your team's not in?
Whew.
Talk about it with your significant other. You're welcome.
Next,
I just gave you material.
on the sports show.
All right, next question. Connor McDavid, fully healthy, plays the full 82 games. Can he surpass 145 points this year?
Yes.
That's it. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
You really think so?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So his
Yeah,
best season total ever
Right.
was 116 in 78 games.
Yeah.
You think he's even, and that was in 2018-19.
Yeah.
So you think McDavid, no problems, 145. We're talking about 145 in
Yeah,
this
I think
NHL.
I'm going to hit the barely over on a full 82 game
Full
healthy
82,
season.
full healthy season.
Mitch, if you look at the conference, or excuse me, look at the division he's in, it's doable. It's doable.
See, these are the reasons I think he can. If anyone can, he can.
He can. He definitely can. Look, Mitch.
Well, I mean,
but
yeah,
you know,
of course
Mitch,
he can, but can he?
Yeah, but you know what? I base it years ago.
Right.
Some years ago, Crosby was on pace to crack 140. Okay, that was back then. No. You're not. Let me finish. Let me
Just say,
finish.
okay, Crosby.
Let me
go.
finish.
Okay,
I get
go,
it.
I'm just listening.
McDavid
Yeah.
is a better point getter than Crosby.
Yeah.
Right? So what I'm saying is, if you look at back then when Crosby was on pace to crack something like that, of course McDavid can crack it. It's in his reach.
All right. Listen, I agree. If anyone, like I just said, if anybody
You got to
can do
average
it, it's
just under 2 points a game.
him. Granted.
Easy.
I'm just saying.
And that
here's
division,
a guy.
I'm sorry, is garbage.
Oh, when he plays the teams in the West, he will be lighting it up. When it's the other teams that going east and whatever the other teams, we'll see. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna say under, but not by a lot. I'll say 136, which is a great year, and I'm sure he's gonna lead.
I'm going to say 147.
140. I like that. I'm gonna write that down. Write that 36. 147. All right. The Calgary Flames will not make the playoffs this season. We have to go with the homer question.
I'm going to say they just sneak at 8.
You think they'll be the 8th seed?
Yeah, just sneak at 8. And I'm only saying that because it's the beginning of the year and I want to be positive because it's the home team.
I am going to tell
My
you.
head says not even close.
I'm going to say I actually don't think they're going to make it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Everybody, like, look, I've always said this. The NHL, I love watching it. I'm a fan of it. I'm trying to learn more and more about it every day. But as I look at these analysts, every one of their dogs all over Vancouver. And if I've learned anything, side note, I don't care what the analysts say, but I got to listen a little bit.
Sure.
You got your Vancouver. I think the Kings are like right there. I truly, and this is just me from last year, they've sucked. They geared up. They got some guys.
They're a wild card for sure.
The Flames have the personnel. I think they should. This question should be absolutely. And the fact that both of us don't think, or you're on the cusp and I'm like, not really, that's sad. So side question to this one. Is Brad gone this year?
Yeah, well, yes. Yeah. Yeah, because
I think if they don't make the playoffs for sure. And even if they do, I think he's gone.
Yeah,
I really do. I think so.
No.
Nah,
You can save your job with a good run.
Well, true. Okay. If they go far in the playoffs,
you can save your job with a good run. And but no, if they don't do anything,
okay. But watch. Let me go through some of the names, right? Instead of being vague, let's go into it a little bit. They pick up Blake Coleman from Tampa Bay, 2-time Stanley Cup champ. I get it. Is that the answer? No offense. I think he's a good player. I think he'd be great, but I don't think so. Tkachuk, off-season last year. Let's assume he's going to have a big year this year again. Okay, so you got the Tkachuk. Monahan. No offense, Monty, but you haven't really been doing anything the last couple years. Not
lately?
Everybody wants to get rid of you, and they're just looking for somebody. Johnny just got married. I feel like Johnny's now happy. So maybe Johnny, and he's looking to get his money. He might be a happy player. We'll leave him right in the cusp of where he usually is.
Right.
Okay? And maybe a little bit better. You got your Lindholm. Love the Lindholm.
Love him.
I think he's like the most underrated Flame for sure. You got the Markstrom. But Markstrom needs help with the defense, where that used to be our number one thing, where I think we've fallen now. So I don't know. And then you got the Mangiapane, the eat bread guy, the Italian guy. Breakout season last year. Can he do it again? It's hard. It's hard when all the eyes are on you. It's easy when no one's watching.
Look, the only thing is the Flames clearly took the Darryl Sutter approach and recommendation to add some size and some gritty players.
Yeah.
And the real testament will be like, okay, does this free up enough space for those stars to do something? That's going to be the big question. Again, where I say they could squeak is because I look at a team like Montreal. Like you say, these analysts, where do they get off thinking, these guys are going to see just as high as they did before? Guys,
true.
They don't have Carey Price.
Yeah.
That's a thing. That's
real.
That's legitimately at least a regular season thing for them. So, and some other people that left. I just think that same thing's going to happen. It's one of those Montreal, Calgary, Vancouver, the Chicago. These are the teams that are going to kind of fight for that spot.
Last one. And by the way, hey, Johnny, mazel tov. Congratulations.
Oh.
He got married. Yeah, it's a big thing. From there, let's go to the last one. Toronto Maple Leafs winning the Stanley Cup. Toronto Maple Leafs not just making the playoffs, winning the Stanley Cup once and for all.
I argue that they have the team to do it. They've had the team for the last couple of years, but look, it's a killer instinct problem, Mitch.
Yep.
That's all there is. You just have to win sometimes. You got to seal the deal.
It's true.
That's it. They on paper, they definitely have the team, but you got to seal the deal.
Who do you think's is there a guy on the team in Toronto that you think has to is it Austin Matthews?
No, it's John Tavares.
You think John Tavares?
Yeah, 100%. It's John Tavares. You bitched and complained about where you were in the Islanders and how you wanted out and things weren't working for you. Well, you left. You seen what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're over here. So, you got to step it up. Yeah.
Weird.
He's a good player. But to me, I always look and say he hasn't put his money where his mouth is on that team to make his mark.
Interesting. Best player on a team moved to another team, and now that team's up for maybe Stanley Cup. Just saying. Maybe
you're onto something, Mitch.
Aren't so crazy.
Maybe you're onto something.
Let's head over to everyone's favorite segment. It's the NFL 60-second snap count. Buddy, here we go.
Is it my thing?
It's your thing. Take a sippy. Hold on.
Hold on. I got to get ready. I always got to put the book on this side.
No, wherever you feel comfortable.
I read with the right.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't? Who doesn't? You're a righty.
All right.
You're a righty reader.
I read with the right.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Tell me when.
And go.
We start this week with the Rams' big win over the Seahawks. Speaking of overseas, the NFL jetted over to London, where, guess what? We saw the early bird special game. See what I did there? Early bird, jetted. Hey, it's a thing. Look, speaking of early, it's not too early to figure out that the Rams definitely won their QB trade. Speaking of QBs, Brady, over 400 yards, 5 TDs in a single game. A first for him. I guess we now know that he has done everything. Look, speaking of first, Green Bay, first road win in Cincinnati since 1998. Speaking of 1998, boy, do the Broncos wish they were back to that year. Speaking of year, what a tough year it's been for the Jags. Actually, speaking of tough, let's talk about tough, okay? 3 things. Arizona, toughest team to beat. Bills, toughest team in the league. And KC, tough for you to make the playoffs. And that's the 60-second snap count.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if anyone noticed.
Hold on. I feel I'm close.
You are.
I feel
57.79. But this is what I want to go with, everyone. At the 35-second mark,
I sped it up.
You sped it up.
I felt it.
So it's like you were running the 400 meter. You did the first 2, and then you're like, oh, I'm in last place. And then you just chop those little legs, and you're well done. Well done.
Mitch, it's experience.
I just noticed. I was looking down. I'm like, is it me or is it getting faster in here?
Yeah, it's experience. I'm like, but you feel it.
Yeah, I felt
You
it.
think I could do that on the first snap count?
I doubt it.
Not even close.
No, I doubt it.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. You know what? It felt like you were a little, for some reason, I felt like you were nervous, but I don't know why. Am I crazy to think you were nervous?
You know what? I think judging from last week, I went to the drawing board. Right. I said, you know what? You're not enough.
Yeah, no.
Too early. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Tamara. Sorry, roster.
Don't worry about it. From there, let's go quickly through the NFL. We won't do too much because, hey, it's week 6. This is kind of like when, as Dimitri alluded to, the buys are starting to happen. Not as much. A lot of action, a lot of crazy stuff. So the Arizona Cardinals are the only team left in the NFL unbeaten. Are they actually the best team in the NFL?
No, they're not the best team in the NFL. The best team in the NFL is still the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ooh. I understand that. Yes. Hot take. Yeah. Look, man, you're a Super Bowl champion. You're 4-1. You still got all the parts. This is the NFL. How many times have we seen a perfect team? The Arizona Cardinals, did I say it? Did I call it?
You did.
Did I tell you they're going to be hot? Did I tell you they got pieces? They got a quarterback.
Yep.
They got a defense. They got but the Cardinals have a culture now. They're going to be very, very, very tough to beat. I said that. 60 seconds stop.
True, you did
not say that.
You said it. You did.
But to me, it's still Tampa Bay.
Yeah, you know what? For me, I have to change my mind. For the first time in a couple of years, I would say in 3 years, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are the best team in the NFL. What they did to Kansas City, it's one thing when you want to get back at a team that knocked you out of the playoffs. It's another thing when you want to make a statement game. And that, ladies and gentlemen, on Sunday night was a statement game in Kansas City. Kansas City has not been playing well. The fans, the analysts, everyone's on there saying, hey, Mahomes, where you been? Hey, blah, blah, blah. What are you doing? Don't get me wrong. Kansas City offensively still good. Defensively, I'm sorry, they suck.
Brother-in-law Brandon.
Holy.
He said your post.
Yeah.
With the AEW post, he said it was a little uncalled for.
Hey,
he said it was a little much.
Just call it the way I see it, Brendan.
I try to defend you, but I got to take his side.
You do. Hey, I get why. you can't go there. You can't do what you think.
To achieve success, you stick with
that's
success.
That's right. Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
Mitch, it's been a good run, but honey,
it was a hell of a run. We did what we did.
Sports show with Brendan and Dimitri.
It's got a good ring to it, actually.
Yeah, you're fired.
Yeah. No, man. Buddy, when Sanders and Knox are your 2 leading receivers, and the guy that last year broke the record for most receiving yards, most receptions in a season, Stephon Diggs, is basically he's not even really in the show right now, and they got no real run game, and their defense is
That's the scary part. A guy like Diggs is not even in the show.
Scary, man. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know what's really going on, but it doesn't matter. They are dismantling teams left, right, and center. And bottom line, Buffalo Bills, respect. Josh Allen, I didn't give you a lot of it a couple of years ago. You earned it. You're number 1. You're number 1 in my books. From there, real quick, Tom Brady. He did something else again. 5 touchdown passes. First time in his career to have 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 400 yards passing. First time in his career. I'm at the point now where I think he should start kicking field goals. Are you with me on this?
That would be amazing.
Now,
At least the extra point.
What else? Or play defense or something.
It's too
That's
much.
it.
It's too much.
It's
Mitch.
too much. I can't handle
It's
this.
too much.
All right. And by the way, did you use the zone password? I gave
Bitcoin
you?
Brady. Don't get it.
Ah,
I don't get it.
I like that.
You see what I did
I
there?
did
Hit that.
Real quick, red zone. Did you use it?
Yes, I did. By the way.
And?
Okay, first of all,
And?
I've done the red zone before.
Okay, fair
I've had a
enough.
taste.
All right.
But I forgot how amazing it is.
It's good,
It's the
right?
greatest thing ever. It's the greatest thing
Can
ever.
I tell you one thing bad about it though? I can't watch a full game now. I get bored.
Because it's too much filler.
It's too much filler.
Yeah, yeah.
I need my 7 or 18 or 12, depending on what day.
Yeah,
it
you
is,
need
to
7
watch
scores in 9 seconds.
It's crazy. Like, and you know what the worst part is? I've noticed my betting has sucked lately because I don't know what. Back in the day, it's not like I sat and analyzed games, but I would know a little bit about it. But now that I'm watching Red Zone, all I know is this and this and this.
Right.
It's actually bad for fantasy guys like me.
Right.
That play a little DraftKings.
It's
that play
like
a little
working from
FanDuel.
home.
Yeah.
You're missing the office.
I'm missing the office.
You're missing the office, the water cooler, the banter,
That's
the
right.
talk,
Yeah.
the wasting time.
It's a
That's
true
not
thing.
actually wasting
I
time.
love the Red Zone, but I hate it all at the
the
same
corporate ladder.
time. Yeah. Very good. All right. A couple of games I want to go over real quick with you because, hey, I found that when me and you are, on our NFL game, we're on our NFL game. So it's a little fun. Here are the top, I think, 5 games of the week.
Sure.
Thursday night. Tomorrow night, it's the Bucks -7 against the Eagles at home, 52.5 over. What do you like there, or money line? What do you like? Just straight up winner? What do you like?
I would hammer the Bucks. I'd hammer the Bucks.
I think so
I like
too.
them. I think they'll cover. -7?
You think -7?
They'll take -7.
I don't mind the Eagles here.
Yeah, they'll get them at 12.
Deceiving those Eagles.
No, they'll get them at 12
They look
points.
like they're dead.
That quarterback does not know what that line has to offer him.
That's also true.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the smart money is on the Bucks. Chiefs and Washington. Now, to the more normal eye, a lot of people are like, okay, that's it. The Chiefs are. I don't think the Chiefs offensively. Well, sorry, pardon me. The Chiefs offensively can do whatever they want. Okay. Washington's offense is okay,
Right.
but Chiefs defense sucks so bad right now that I think this at 55.5, you go over, you put your mortgage on it, you do everything, and you put your five-star pick of the week on the over 55.5 Chiefs Washington. You're calling it here first.
I don't want to mess with a 5-star. I think you might be wrong on this one.
Wrong? I've been wrong all week. Of course I'll be wrong on this one. Are you crazy? I haven't hit one in weeks. I need this. By the way, do you have any money?
Brendan.
Call him right. Call him. Tell him you need a friend needs help.
Maybe you do need to quit. I'm asking for a friend.
What do you like at this one?
In that game,
Chiefs -7
I
as
like.
well.
I actually like the under. I think both teams are just gonna. I think it's like a 24-14 game, dude.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding.
That's a hard
The under. That's the 5-star. Okay.
Okay, Green Bay -4.5 against Chicago. 45 is the point, and it's in Chicago.
Yeah, there's too much going on at the QB. Take Green Bay. I like it.
I don't know, man. That's 3 home dogs. I'm not gonna. You know what? I don't like betting on you.
No,
Green Bay. I'm gonna walk away
hey,
from you.
don't do that.
Okay, here's a crazy one. Monday nighter. Hey, how you doing? Ravens -3 against the Chargers, who played against the Browns in one of the craziest games I've ever seen in my life. The over/under in that game is 52. That seems low as well.
Yeah, that one seems low for me, but it also I like the Chargers, man. Like that's a killer instinct team, man.
They you know what? What a big growth from last year, where that team couldn't finish anyone. Now they're finishing guys. Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that one. How about a little Cowboys at New England? Cowboys favored by 4.
I still like the Cowboys here, but I would take it on the money. Take it on the money line. That's it. It's a lot of good games.
A lot of great games.
You
How about well, yeah.
You missed the game.
Which one?
So
I'm still going, but go on.
Oh, okay.
No. I may not have it. What do you have?
Go. What do you got? Tell me what you got.
Cardinals
now.
and the Browns?
Cardinals and the Browns.
The Browns -3.
See, that's the game of games.
Uh-huh.
That's actually what I had on my list.
Do you have that?
I do. I had it on my list because I look and I say, you got this.
He's got it on the list.
I got it on the list. The one thing on my list, I go, this undefeated team, they're tough to beat. They're going to walk in and lose to the Cleveland Browns because the Cleveland Browns are the money-making matchup of the week.
Wow.
You want a game to pick? You take the money line, you take the spread, you take anything that you hold holy underneath the sock drawer next to the Bible, next to that picture of your wife you had 10 years ago because you still keep on to it because it has sentimental value. Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. Then you realize 5 days later, that's not your wife and you should have emptied your drawer and she caught you 5 days ago but hasn't said anything to let you stew in it. We've all been there, but so have the Browns. Money-making matchup of the week.
Can I just tell you something? That was A, better than the 60-second snap count, and B, maybe your best pick of all time. I actually love that.
I love that pick.
We go
Sports
to
show.
Rapid Banter. Sports show. Here we go. Captain Kirk, a.k.a. William Shatner, now 90, is off to space courtesy of Jeff Bezos. If he and Picard were on the same flight, who would be the captain of that ship?
Co-captain.
Who's the co-captain? Just co-captain.
It'd be Kirk.
Austin Matthews is BFF with Justin Bieber. Who do you wish you were which entertainer do you wish you were BFFs with?
Yeah, it's Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I think he looks like a fun guy.
Matthews, you did it.
You know, back in the day, everyone was like, I don't like Justin.
Oh,
nah,
yeah.
you like
Oh, yeah.
Justin.
Oh,
you
yeah.
always like
Yeah,
the
you do.
Justin. Yeah, you always like the Justin. Pro Wrestling ranked Kenny Omega number 1, Roman Reigns number 2. Did they get it right?
Got it wrong.
Hot take again. Dimitri's on fire. Ben Simmons has reported back to the Philly camp. Did anyone notice he was gone?
Who?
Andy Murray, guy that can't wait for Tsitsipas, lost his wedding ring for a moment. What's scarier, telling your wife you lost your wedding ring or playing Djokovic in the finals?
Djokovic in the finals.
Oh, The Rock just laid out a rap album. Like he did some bars, let's say, with Tech 9 new album. The Rock or John Cena, no holds barred rap off. Who wins?
John Cena.
Yeah.
Come
You can't see.
on.
You can't see.
You can't.
I'm surprised you didn't do that. Halloween is in a few weeks. What's the hottest costume this year?
Pass. Come on, man. My wife watches. Come on, man. What are you doing over here? What are you doing?
Astros, 5 straight ALS appearances. Cheaters, or are they just gifted?
Astros, a star with 5 points, which is the 5-star MLB champion of the week.
You got it. NHL's officially back. What do you prefer more? The beginning of the season or the beginning of the playoffs?
Beginning of the playoffs. And I like the NHL beginning of the playoffs out of all sports.
True. Dak, Brady, or Josh Allen? Who is currently your NFL MVP?
Allen.
Yeah.
Allen!
Detroit Lions lost 2 games in a row in last-second field goals. The coach was crying on the press conference. What words of encouragement would you give Coach Campbell?
There's no crying in football. See what I did there?
I did.
Yeah.
Who's going to score more goals, Austin Matthews or Dreisaitl?
Matthews.
Last one. John Gruden is gone from the Las Vegas Raiders. Head coach, thoughts?
Looks like they cancel cultured his contract.
They sure did. And that's Rapid Banter. All right, from there we go to Maga Malaka. At the beginning of the season, beginning of the segment, pardon me, as we were trying to figure out what episode this was, 180, we talk about the TNT guys. We're talking about the newest and greatest cast of guys, the Gretzky, the Bissonnette, the Anson Carter, and so on and so forth. So we said, hey, let's make this an easy one. Maga Malaka, best commentators, here we go.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
Al Michaels, Maga or Malaka?
Maga.
Chris Collinsworth.
Maga. I knew you were going 1, 2.
Well, you gotta
They
go.
count as 1.
Oh, here's another one, too. Joe Buck.
Maga.
Troy Aikman.
Malaka.
Yeah. Terry Bradshaw.
You know what? I think Maga, now that he looks like he shouldn't be there.
I don't know what that means.
Like, I don't know if he's, if I was just tuning in and I look at that guy go, sorry, that guy was the quarterback, I swear he laid my brick or did my driveway last week. Like, I swear that's the guy.
Fair enough. Okay, I got you.
I'm just saying.
How about this one? Pat Summerall.
You know what? Malaka.
Come on.
I never bought it.
Watch your mouth.
He had a voice. Big deal.
Chris Berman.
Yeah, no, I got to go Malacca.
I'm not going to argue with you. That's the weird thing.
I'm sorry, overrated.
Overrated.
Am I allowed to say it?
Maybe. But anyways, we'll go. Jim Ross.
Maga.
Is that the guy that
should be doing
of all the guys WWE lost?
Yeah.
They should never have lost Jim Ross.
Ever. And he should have been doing more sports. That's a guy who
That's a guy that could do a lot.
Get him on Monday Night Football.
Now you're onto something.
You know what I mean?
Finally.
Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Football.
Here's one for you.
Anyways.
Ron McClain.
I'm going to go Malacca because he, you know what? He got off a little scot-free. He did the in-between shows.
See, I'm on the fence with the
I'm
Claner.
on the fence with
yeah. Because here's the thing. He had to endure a lot of punishment over those years, right? You gotta say he's kind of, on one end you're like, you didn't back your partner up, but hey, I get why. And then the other side, actually, do I get why? Yeah, I do get why. Yeah. But then the other side of it is, honestly, I don't know. He's so well spoken.
He was a host.
I'm gonna go Maga.
He's a good guy, but he's a host guy.
He's a host guy. Well, fair enough. Well, what about his counterpart in the past, Donnie Chair?
Oh, come on, Maga. You all love it.
How about a little Aaron Andrews?
You know what? Maga. Yeah. I think she does an amazing job.
Couple more.
And they should have kept
Michael
her on
Cole.
Hold on.
Yeah.
They should have kept her on Dancing with the Stars.
They really should have.
My opinion.
Yeah, it's true. I agree with that.
Michael Cole?
Yeah. WWE.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I like him, but I'm going to go Malacca.
Yeah. You're no Jim Ross.
You're no Jim Ross, man. You know.
All right. If you're going to talk about Bobs, it's Bob Cole. Oh, baby.
Maga.
Come
on, man.
Epic.
Come on.
Bring him back.
Hey.
Can we just bring him back for one game?
You missed another one.
Who?
Jim Nantz.
Jim Nantz. He's got the most beautiful voice. He could put you to sleep anytime.
He
like,
did,
not in a bad way.
Yeah, he did the golden tee.
He's the golden tee guy.
You got to give it to him.
All right, two more. Jimmy the Greek.
Malacca.
No,
I can't stand his voice, dude. And we're Greek, and I get it. But I listen to the guy go, really?
Last one. John Gruden.
I'm going to pass this over to you, Mitch. And
it's Malacca. It's Malacca. Simple. That was an easy one. There it is, everybody. The Sports Show, episode 1-180. That's the way it should have been done.
It's like a combination. Look, thank you very much for bearing with us. Thank you very much for listening to us, for tuning in. Remember, at Sports Show YYC, that's Instagram, that is Twitter, that is the way you can find us on Facebook as well, okay? Now, Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, definitely is where you can stream this podcast. But don't forget the YouTube channel where it used to be RLRT TV. It's now the Sports Show TV. Still the same place. So if you've already subscribed, thank you. Stay on it. If you haven't, please jump on. Please subscribe to the channel. But also tell a friend. If every 37, if all you 37 get one person, that's twice as many as we had before.
Yeah, that's good. 74. I like it. Let's go. Roll on.
Awesome.
I like it.
Okay. Sports Show.
Real quick. Bob Costas and Jimmy the Greek work together. Because Bobby can keep him in line.
Yeah, no, it's the voice. Bob Costas, yeah. But again, he's a McLean.
Bob Costas always looks like this.
Bob Costas looks like he always came from art. And then stepped up.
Shout out to Additions. My girl, she got mad at me because she don't know the difference between this and them. Now you about to witness. Well, freedom is so now I tell that girl that I'm a business. Do the sign joshing on the ground like Eric Boston. Sit around and grab a drink. You talking what you wanted. Mostly you don't know me when it drop. Then I'm mostly what they poppin'. You can say what you got when it's Tuesday.
I don't remember the last time he's ever really done anything outside of the Olympics. What did he do before?
I wonder if it's a persona. Like I wonder what was his voice like at 22. Was he like, "Hi, I'm Bob Costas, and I'm here just signing off for the news," and then maybe go through some formal training, and he became that voice. And this is Bob Costas. And when he goes home, he just puts it to bed. I don't know, Mitch.
I agree.
Speaking, what the hell happened up here again?
I don't know. I mean, it's right there. Why isn't it there? It said it lost connection. That's why when I turned around, I went to go turn it off.
Why didn't you fix it? I would have, played it up.
Because it said it lost connection, and when I saw the picture, I was like, just leave it.
This is a bad look for the sports show.
It's not great.
This is the first step.
It's
all falling apart. I told you we shouldn't have changed the name. It was a dumb idea.
I believe I was the one.
See you,
a great
Roger.
week, everyone.
Sport show.
Spot job.
Oh, wait.
What?
I just realized.
What?
I didn't say episode 180 in the bag.
What do you mean?
This is episode 180.
It's a new one. It's a new pod. You gotta.
We got to shove it in the locker, and now we got to hit the
You
shower.
know what Kat asked me? She's like, "What do you guys need the locker rooms anymore for?" Yeah. You know where we went to go get these things? You were with me.
Yeah, but they're like a homage piece. Homage.
They are.
We totally just. We slept with the first girl that said, "I love you."
We did.
We did.
And it was well worth it.
Well worth it.
Wow, was that great.
Sport show.
Spot show.